SuperTalk Mississippi media production.
You're listening to Sports Talk Mississippi On Demand, presented by Pearl River Resort. Escape to Choctaw, Mississippi and enjoy world-class gaming, the Dancing Rabbit Golf Club, and Geyser Falls Water Park. Escape to Pearl River Resort.
Sports Talk Mississippi is on the air. Sports Talk Mississippi is powered by C-Spire. Power your home or business with C-Spire Fiber. To learn more, visit supertalk.fm/C-Spire. C-Spire Fiber powers SuperTalk Mississippi. To the junction, in the Grove, and to the top. This is Sports Talk Mississippi. On your radio and in the game. Right here on Super Talk Mississippi.
Oh, what a Friday we've got ahead for you. Portal drama all over the place. Visitors, commitments, and other stuff going on. We'll get to that. We'll talk. I tried to make egg skip ball a thing years ago. I'm glad I didn't actually effort that because it's a terrible name. But you have the first iteration of Ole Miss and State on the hardwood coming up tomorrow. We'll talk about that. Cole Kublik has apologized profusely. He even sent me one of those edible arrangements to say that he was sorry for missing the show yesterday. He will join us today to talk.
Is it an edible arrangement, or did he send you an edibles arrangement?
An edibles arrangement. He told me to calm down. Yeah. Is what he told me. He was like, "You're mad. Shut up. Here's some." No, I'm kidding. But he will make up for yesterday's absence by joining us today. And allegedly, for the first time ever on this very radio program, a gender reveal will be happening for the college football fix. I'm not kidding.
That's right. We were going to find out if Borky is, in fact, a man or a woman. You guys didn't know this, but Borky's been transitioning the past few years.
So we are doing a gender reveal in the same studio where the lovely couple where the proposal happened.
Okay.
Yeah, I know you're
careful.
Where everybody thought I was going with that.
Yeah, I did. I was like,
woo, that would be a story.
It's just like, what?
There's cameras in here.
Yeah.
So I'm Borky. He's Hey Dad. We got so much to get to. We're so glad you're with us.
You didn't say we're going to reveal the gender of Will East's baby.
Will East, baby. Our
not just
boss,
some rando off the street who just
that would be kind of funny if.
Well, we're available for that. Yeah, if you want to do a Sports Talk Mississippi gender reveal.
We will make announcements on air for the right price, buddy.
Our prices are low. They're so low, we're giving them away.
Almost.
Yeah. We're in the Pearl River Resort studios. Pearl River Resort is the place to have a great time anytime, any weekend, anything you want to do. They've got you taken care of at Pearl River Resort. Whatever you like to do for fun, you can do it at Pearl River Resort. So go do it right here in the heart of Central Mississippi, Pearl River Resort. C-Spire text line is open to you at 601-879-4395. In sports and business, having the right team behind you matters. Partner with C-Spire today for business solutions from dedicated, certified IT engineers. Learn more at cspire.com. C-Spire, inspired by you.
Tell me if this is a college football story or tell me what sport this is. Player to be named in a second is reportedly seeking an amount of at least $500 million to remain with the team/organization he's currently with. Is that college football or is that?
That's going to be another sport. $500 million is another sport.
It's actually Bryson DeChambeau. His contract with Liv is almost up, and he's asking for half a billion dollars to stick around.
You know what? Those are people who would pay that. The Liv people.
Oh,
the
yeah,
Saudis,
especially now that
they're like, well, that's a rounding error for us. No problem, Chief.
Now that their league is dying, I suppose.
What do they gotta do?
But since we're doing a gender reveal in the As the Portal Turns, and that's the story around here today. You've got chaos, Lane Kiffin, chaos agent creating chaos and trolling, and I fell for it. Now, it's a real thing that he did. We'll tell you about it in a second. But I thought that he was, anyway.
You bought in.
I bought it because, man, I mean, he put on Instagram a picture of him and TJ Daugherty playing pickleball earlier, and sure enough, sounds like TJ Daugherty's going to commit to LSU soon for a hefty price. My goodness. I guess if you got the money to burn.
This is capitalism, baby.
It is capitalism.
At its absolute purest.
But we'll get to that. But let's start with a visitor that Mississippi State had last night. Jordan Seaton, the number one offensive lineman in the portal. Most people think he is basically a guarantee to be a first-round pick. That it's like a foregone conclusion that this is a first-round pick offensive lineman.
Yes.
He was an elite prospect, and apparently his game has translated to the college level very, very well. Mm-hmm. And his former offensive line coach is at Mississippi State. State fans were wondering, hey, will that connection get him to take a visit? Hey, Dad, sure enough, he certainly did that.
It did. And, the thing I like is if he was just interested in money, he could have just gotten State's offer via text, right? State could have just been like, hey, we'll give this, and he could have been like, all right, great, thanks, and moved on. The fact that he came to Starkville and was here until, from what I can tell, Borky, I think he only left like an hour ago from Mississippi State. So he was here all last night and then into the afternoon here.
So got a real look.
Got a real conversation with Levy, with Lode Holt, and I'm sure with the folks at the State Excellence Fund and the Bulldog Initiative. And it's just going to come down to, it's not going to be a money issue. And I want to make something, I want to say this. I've been saying for a while that, money's not a problem here at Mississippi State. This is kind of the definitive proof that it's not, right? This kid doesn't show up unless there's money.
That is exactly right. And
there's no getting around that fact.
He would not have taken the visit.
Right.
If not for the correct dollar amount being communicated before he gets on the plane to take the visit.
And again, he could have just heard that offer and been like, okay, thanks, appreciate it, I'll let you know. He showed up. So there's obviously some real interest there. The pitch is going to be, you can be the protector of this guy here who we believe is going to be an elite quarterback. You play in the SEC against the best competition. Don't underestimate the role. I don't necessarily know that they've even spoken, but don't underestimate that Charles Cross played here at Mississippi State, top 10 pick, just signed a deal with $75 million guaranteed. I think the timing of that really worked in Mississippi State's favor for this particular recruitment.
Yeah, because proof of concept, right?
Exactly. We've had it for years here at State with defensive linemen and defensive backs. Now you've got an elite offensive lineman in the NFL as well. This is a guy who's going to take his visits. He's on his way to Miami, I believe now, which is an interesting idea, right? That he's going to go to Miami when they're preparing for a national championship game. I don't know how, You
have so many staff and all that stuff.
You do, and I'm sure
they don't have to travel.
Yeah, that's the best part about it for Miami is there's no travel involved. So they can just be on campus doing what they need to do. Probably going to visit LSU at some point, but we shall see. Just getting him on campus at least speaks to the fact that Mississippi State can be a player in the NIL era. That this is they obviously have money.
Yeah, because fans have been begging, when is it going to show? You keep telling me that the money's there. When is it going to show? The fact that they were in the mix for this guy, regardless of the recruiting connection, the former offensive line coach, I'm sure that helps a little.
Right.
But like we said before, he could have loved his former coach. If the money wasn't right, he wasn't taking a visit.
Wasn't coming in, yeah. And by the same time, he could have gotten a good offer, but wasn't be interested in playing at Mississippi State. There's obviously interest. There's obviously some idea. The possibility is real that he could be here. But this is a top-notch prospect. You're going to have to let it play out, and we'll see what happens. I know that Mississippi State people I talked to over the past 24 hours are they feel good. I wouldn't say they feel confident, but they feel good. I did ask. I was like, "What's the offer?" And I was sent a GIF of a blank check.
I mean, for a guy like that, man.
So Borky texted me earlier today, and he was like, "You think his number will be up about 4.5 when this is all done?" And I really wanted to go like, "Why would it go down?" Like, I'll guarantee it's more than that right now at Mississippi State.
That's unbelievable, but it's not. I mean,
it is what it is, and this is what State was putting aside its money for. They've gotten some good offensive linemen, some guys they feel can contribute next year, some guys they feel can contribute in the future, but they need a guy to protect Kamario Taylor's blind side. And this is the best of the best when it comes to that in college football. So going to be interesting 48 to 72 hours, I guess. I don't know, what Seaton's schedule is beyond this trip to Miami. I don't know where he's supposed to go next. I've heard LSU. I've heard Oregon. He had a trip lined up to Texas, but then Texas got a commitment from the Wake Forest left tackle. And I think they're kind of out of the game at this point. So
I know LSU has promised Kiffin a lot of money. At this point, I don't know how much more they could have left to spend $5 million on one player, considering what they're spending to get a couple.
They picked up 3 offensive linemen today.
Yeah,
in the portal, including Ole Miss offensive lineman Devin Harper.
And they're having to pay extra for him. They are having to pay a buyout. That is happening.
I tend to, what do I always say? There's always money, right? So
if
they want to find money for Jordan Seaton, they will. Oregon, Miami, all the same. So just going to have to. It's just going to be a game of hurry up and wait. I like this. I was told this by someone, and when it comes to Seaton's recruitment, the answer to the question is yes. What's the question? Doesn't matter. Yeah. What's the question? Because the answer is yes.
Gotta hate the timing of the Miami visit, though, knowing that they're preparing for a national championship.
No doubt.
That's a really good sales pitch for the Hurricanes.
100%. 100%. Would you like to stay and watch us play in the national title game is a great pitch for the University of Miami. So it's just going to come down to where does he want to play? Where does he feel like he can play next year and then go to the NFL as a top 10, top 5 pick?
This time last year, he doesn't listen.
No, he's not listening to Mississippi State.
He listened. We will get to some of your messages and then some more of the portal chaos when we come back.
From the Venable Glass.
A place for crazy people. If it's sports in Mississippi, you'll hear about it here. Sports Talk Mississippi on SuperTalk Mississippi.
Welcome back. Sports Talk Mississippi. Dan in Hattiesburg said, I thought that was a member of the Dodgers organization asking for $500 million. We might get to that later.
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
I can't wait for the lockout. All right? This has got to stop. You got one team spending $1 billion more than any other team. The Dodgers' payroll is more than the Dodgers between Ohtani and Tucker are spending more than 10 teams are. Come on. This is not right. This is not right the way they're doing things. They're going to lock out. It's coming next year.
Yeah, so Ohtani, $70 million. Tucker, $60 million.
Technically $70 million because it's all deferred until the sun explodes.
Right. And Haydad said it, 10 teams will pay their entire roster less than that. And it would be 11, but the Royals clear it by $1,500.
Yeah.
So. Jeff Passan was on ESPN earlier. Saying that the collective bargaining agreement does expire this December.
They're going to go hard cap. It's going to have to happen because this cannot continue. This just can't continue.
The spending gap, and you're talking about
they're spending more than the teams that spend.
Yeah,
like they're spending $1 billion more than the Padres are.
It's crazy.
They're spending $1.5 billion more than the Giants are. The Giants are spending like $650 million.
And that's nothing compared to the Dodgers.
And it's nothing compared to what the Dodgers are doing. It's just, it can't go on like
And you're talking about a professional sports league, you know? Like, obviously Kent State doesn't spend or can't spend what an SEC team can.
Right.
But you look at the NFL and the NBA, they've got floors that you have to spend as well as a cap. Baseball, man. A lot of baseball fans today are pretty furious about the direction that sport's going. Not too dissimilar to college football fans. And, I quote-unquote fell for this. Somebody says, Lane tweeting pictures of Kiwan's high school. So, yesterday, was it 2 days ago when Daugherty hit the portal? Ole Miss linebacker TJ Daugherty hit the portal.
Yes.
Was it 2 days ago?
It was after we went off the air Tuesday, right?
I think so. And then yesterday, at the end of the show, was when Prince Will Umanmielen made clear his intentions to enter the portal. Now, as of midnight last night, he had not actually filed the paperwork to enter the portal. But, I mean, you know how things go. They tell their agent, whatever, right? Today, you have Lane Kiffin posting on Instagram, him playing pickleball with TJ Daugherty wearing LSU shorts today. That happened. There's a lot of conversation, even though he hasn't yet, at least as of last night, hit the portal, that Prince will also go to LSU. Prince Will signed a deal with Ole Miss. TJ Daugherty did not. So as I understand it, Prince will have a buyout to get out of that deal with Ole Miss. I have not confirmed this. You guys want to know what we're hearing. So if it's off by certain numbers, I will correct myself when we know more. So this is the rumor as of now that I have not confirmed fully, but what I was told just a little bit ago, it's a few $100,000 that LSU will have to pay to Ole Miss to buy Prince Will out of that contract. If in fact he goes there, that's where all the signs are pointing, and they will pay him possibly a 7-figure deal. That is the word out there in the agent community, right? That's what LSU is offering. Devin Harper, the lineman from Louisiana, also has some buyout back to Ole Miss. He's going to LSU, and they're signing $1 billion linemen. I mean, like all of the linemen that they can sign, they're signing, and he will be one of them. Daugherty did not have a deal with Ole Miss. So they can pay him whatever, and they don't have to pay any money back to Ole Miss. So there's a lot of concern. You had some reporting last night about what Lane Kiffin is trying to do with the Ole Miss roster, and people are upset about that. Here's what my response on the podcast was last night, and here's my response right now. Why are you surprised? Why are you surprised? You could, because I had friends last night that were like, can you believe Kiffin? Yes. Yes. You don't have to complete the sentence. Can you believe Lane Kiffin? And yes. I'll say yes. I can believe question is yes. That he is trying at the last minute to get as many Ole Miss players, even ones that have signed, to get in the portal. In part because Prince Will is an exceptional player. 9 sacks in the SEC don't grow on trees, man.
Yeah.
They don't grow on trees.
Yeah.
So, to me, the Daugherty thing's more out of spite because I think LSU can get better. I mean, Ole Miss last night got a linebacker that is rated higher in the portal than TJ Daugherty. There's better linebackers out there. That kind of strikes me as a spite thing more than a player thing. Prince Will's a player thing. You go get a guy like that if you can. But no, that shouldn't surprise you. Oh, well, he's trying to create chaos in the locker room. Yeah. That's what he does.
When you let a snake in the house, don't be surprised when it bites you.
That's
what this is. Ole Miss let a snake in the house. He stayed there for 6 years without biting him, but then when he decided to leave, he bit some guys on the way out.
And he's going to continue to mess with you.
He'll do it. He'll do it for the next until it's not funny anymore.
For however long.
Yeah.
I mean, he tried to troll Tennessee for a decade, and he still did it with Leavitt the other day. I mean, this, not a single person, I don't think anybody is like Pete Golding. You know he's not surprised by any of this. You know he's not. He worked with him. He knows how he operates. But this is more of like a message to fans and the people at Ole Miss, because there's no way Keith Carter, Walker Jones, Pete Golding, and that staff are surprised. But you, the fan, should not be surprised. And I know this is different. I know he acts different. He is a chaos agent. Like the Lane Kiffin's just trying to create chaos in the Ole Miss locker room. Yeah, I believe that. Trey Wallace went on 3-man front today and was like, all of the talk in the agent community and that is simply Lane Kiffin wants to get Ole Miss in any possible way he can. I believe that fully. He feels slighted. He thought that little Ole Miss should be able to pat them on the head and keep coaching the playoffs and all that. So he clearly feels slighted, and he's going to try to get you back. So that, just prepare for that. But what bothers, quote unquote, bothers me is the crying about tampering. Mm-hmm. I know it's different because it's Lane, and this is a little bit dirtier than others, right? You have the number 2, I guess it's the number 3 portal class in the country now. Mm-hmm. You don't do that unless you did that too.
Yeah.
Everybody tampers. Everybody. And Lane's different.
And Kiffin tampered at Ole Miss with other players.
Yes.
This is one of those classic, it was funny when he was doing it for us. It's not funny now that he's doing it against us.
Everybody tampers. So that to me is where I kind of, I'm not going to, Ole Miss should have been prepared for this, and I think they were. It should not surprise you that LSU is going to throw big, massive overpay money, for one of them anyway, to get Ole Miss players, because that's what he wants to get you, but that shouldn't surprise you. And, tampering. When is Greg Sankey going to step in? Well, he needs to step in on everybody in the league, man. Yeah, everybody. You hear conversations about players that your school is going to get during the season. I'm talking other players on other schools during the season. Ooh, hey, this SEC school is really in on him. Like that doesn't happen on accident. Yes, it's different. The game is dirtier now than it was last year and the year before and the year before. Duke signed Mensah. He told them he was coming back. He just hit the portal today. Last minute portal entry. Duke's quarterback, they had him locked up. He's got a contract. He can't receive rev share wherever he goes, I guess. Like his NIL rights are owned by Duke. He's still hitting the portal for some reason.
Pretty good contracting there by Duke. Got to give them some credit.
Yeah.
They did good.
But that is the game.
But that tells you that wherever he goes, and it's going to be Miami, let's just say it out loud, they've obviously put something together where he can still get money because Mensah's not leaving Duke for free.
No, he'll get something.
Yeah.
He will get something. But look, it's dirty. It's a dirty game. Lane Kiffin is going to try to get you at every possible level for however long he is the head coach at LSU. Just buckle up for that. He feels slighted by you. Somehow he does. Clearly.
What did y'all do to that poor man?
I know. How dare Keith Carter tell LSU's coach you can't coach for Ole Miss for a month? How dare he? You know?
Do you not have a heart?
But this is what you can expect from him. And until there's rules and regulations, this is how the game is played. And everybody in the SEC is playing this game. Maybe not as dirty, maybe not as transparent. But this is the game. This is the game. If LSU had any valuable players on their roster, when Frank Wilson was hired, how many Ole Miss fans were like, go get whoever? There's just not. There weren't many guys that you wanted from their team anyway.
Everything you've just said, because you're being really nice. I won't be as nice. Hey, Ole Miss fans, quit whining. We'll leave it at that. Quit whining. Sports Talk Mississippi. Back in just a minute.
Take a little trip. Take a little trip. Take a little trip as easy. Take a little trip. Take a little trip. Take a little trip with me.
From the Seabrook.com.
Sports Talk Mississippi. To the junction, in the groove, and to the top. Sports Talk Mississippi on SuperTalk Mississippi.
Welcome back. Sports Talk Mississippi. Michael Borky, Brian Haydad with you.
Yes.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, it's okay.
I forgot.
It's okay. It's all right.
It's only the people that pay our bills.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Sports Talk Mississippi is brought to you in part by AgriGold. AgriGold believes progress in the field starts with seed and the people who plant it. That's why AgriGold focuses 100% on seed, delivering trusted genetics and solutions to help you get more out of every acre. Contact Carrie Baker at 662-836-7417. That's your local AgriGold representative to learn more. Or you can visit agrigold.com to explore seed solutions and agronomy resources. Plant your legacy today with AgriGold. What legacy has Lane Kiffin planted in Oxford? I do wonder. Every day.
We'll find out on September 19th.
Every day we get closer to that. I fear for that man's safety just a little bit more. I mean, people on message boards saying they're going to tump the bus over. What?
It's truly incredible how he and LSU people have talked themselves into him being a victim, though. That is the most. I mean, it's hilarious to me, to be honest with you.
The other side is true, though. The other side of that's true, too. Ole Miss people have talked themselves into it. You enabled the man for 6 years. You did this to yourselves.
What do you, like,
Like
you turned him into a victim by leaving for LSU?
Neither one of y'all are victims in this. Neither one. No, there are no victims.
No, leaving a playoff team is different.
It's different, and it's
That's
weird.
Different. No, don't downplay what that is.
I'll let that happen, but
don't downplay what that is.
That's fine. I won't. That I agree with that. But when we're talking about the Ole Miss fans who are just like, I can't believe Kiffin's taking our recruits and he's trolling us, like, guys.
It's what he is.
It's what he's been doing. He did it for you guys for 6 years.
It's what he is. And I fell for the Kejuan Lacey. He tweeted pictures of Kejuan Lacey's high school.
Yeah.
And I have no doubt in my mind that they have tried with Kejuan. No doubt in my mind that they have tried and tried and tried and tried, and they keep trying. Somebody told me earlier they are not worried about that as of this moment, but I mean, who knows? The portal will close here in, what is it?
About
8 hours?
8 hours, yeah.
So you'll see after that.
8 hours and 19 minutes to be precise.
If nothing else happens, if all Lane Kiffin took with him to LSU was those 4 players, if Princewell does in fact go there, if I would have told you on the day Lane Kiffin got on the plane to Baton Rouge, he is only going to take 4 Ole Miss players with him, and that list does not include Kejuan Lacey, Trinidad Chambliss, Deuce Alexander, Centarian Perkins, Cam Franklin, what would you have said? William Eccles.
Yeah.
What would you have said? Wow. That's huge.
Yeah.
That they were able to keep all of those guys away from him. So if Ole Miss is able to fight them off despite this last-minute push, and it's only those 4 players, flash back to when he got on the plane to Baton Rouge, you would have taken what I just said in blood. You would have cut your hand and signed that in blood. Yes, I will absolutely take him only taking 4 players, one of which is an offensive lineman with 0 starts. One of them is a linebacker that is the 94th ranked linebacker in the transfer portal.
Which you and I both know.
I think he's better than that.
Yeah.
That is what, and you've already added 2 linebackers that are ranked ahead of him.
Yeah.
And they're going to add another one that's ranked ahead of him too. Your 5th receiver. Now, I think he's got a lot of upside, but that's what it was. Your 5th receiver. And then Princewell, there's nothing you can't negatively spin that. He's just a good player.
Yeah.
9 sacks in the SEC. That doesn't grow on trees.
That's the one where
that one hurts bad.
That one hurts, yeah.
But they've already added they've added 4 defensive linemen, and there's going to be another one too, I think. So they're doing well there on top of retaining the aforementioned Franklin and Eccles and Jam Brown and those guys too. If that's how it ends, then you did very well.
Yeah.
If that's how it ends. Now, 8 more hours. Got to survive. Phone calls are happening. You know they are. Tampering's happening. You know it is. But if you survive that, you'll look up when it's over and think, they did well. Pete Golding, Walker Jones did well. It's frustrating as of this moment. But again, you have the number 2 or 3 portal class. You took a lot of good players from other schools. What do you think their fans are feeling right now? That this is college football today. Your situation's unique because Lane Kiffin, and he does it very publicly, and he's trolling you, and he's your former coach, and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, when you just look at player in, player out, your class, etc., if it ends like this, it went very well. Compared to what you thought it would be when he got on the plane.
I think outside of the most diehard of people, a lot of Ole Miss fans would have said, probably going to lose Lacey to LSU. Probably going to lose a good chunk of this team to LSU. You're still going to lose some. But I don't think anybody is saying that they've lost more than they thought they would at this point.
Yeah. Somebody says, Ole Miss has extra portal time. They have 5 more days. Why are you saying this, pal? You're wrong.
Yeah, you're incorrect.
You're wrong. The only teams that have players with extra time are the ones that are playing on Monday. Mm-hmm. It is 5 days from your last game if you play into the playoffs. It has been 5 days since Ole Miss and Miami played last Thursday. I'm not a math guy, but wasn't that 8 days ago?
Yeah.
Okay. 8 minus 5 is
3.
3. Okay. All right, just making sure, pal.
We're all good.
Just making sure.
Did he call us pal?
He did call. He called me pal.
How dare you, sir?
Chase says Luke Kromenhawk is the 45th best overall player in the portal due to On3. They overrank quarterbacks in ways that it's insane how they overrank quarterbacks. Guys that have never taken a meaningful snap ever. Lagway was the number 14 player in the portal. Help me out with that one. On what planet was he the 14th best player available in the portal? But On3 heavy weighs the quarterback position for some reason. It makes no sense. None. But that's how they do it. I disagree with it completely. Don't pal me, guy. And
don't guy me, buddy.
Then he follows up with idiot and sends a screenshot of AI.
Yeah, I can Google it too. No, Ole Miss does not have a special longer deadline for the transfer portal. It just says it right here.
And his screenshot even includes are granted an extra 5-day window to enter the portal after their final game.
It's been 5 days.
You got to read your AI screenshots before you send them, pal.
So anyway.
Somebody says LSU's paying Prince Will $1 million plus the $300,000 buyout. Not worth that. Those are generally the numbers I have heard. I do think that he's one of those players, though, man. I do. He's just 9 sacks in the SEC is hard to replace. It is. They added 2 edge guys in the portal last night. One of them, I think, has a huge potential, and the other one was at Alabama. You know the talent's there, but I mean, $1.3 million, if that number's accurate, is a whole heck of a lot of money. Mm-hmm. It is. I don't bemoan LSU for paying that for a 9-sack edge guy. If the numbers on Daugherty are real, that's crazy. That is just crazy if that's a real number.
Yeah.
I don't blame Ole Miss for saying, nah, I can't do that. Sorry.
Right. It's a perception thing more than anything else. It's more like was he the Ole Miss's leading tackler this year?
He was.
Then that's how you spin it, right?
That's how you spin it.
They got the leading tackler off of the final team standing in the college football playoff from the SEC.
And I'm willing to bet, maybe I'm wrong, I might be wrong. I would not be surprised at all if he does not start at LSU this season.
Well, he's behind Whit Weeks, isn't he?
Well, you play more than one linebacker.
Yeah, but I mean, in the same position? Are they the same, the Mike or whatever, middle linebacker?
Daugherty's probably better served to not be the Mike.
Well,
but again,
I just assumed you told me that he was the green dot guy.
He was, but
he was in the middle.
That was out of necessity.
Okay.
More than anything else.
Okay.
I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't start for LSU this year. Maybe I'm wrong, but we'll see week 1 when they play Clemson. Mm-hmm. Whew. What do you think Dabo's feeling right now?
I mean,
they brought in portal, like Clemson is portal recruiting now.
Are they bringing in difference makers? I haven't seen,
The ACC newcomer of the year at linebacker.
Okay.
From Cal.
That'll help. That's a start.
The Cal linebacker.
Klubnik's gone, right?
Klubnik's gone.
So who's their quarterback? They didn't go get a portal quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, you know Dabo.
Yeah, what are we doing here?
We got the best option right here, man.
Yeah, okay, buddy. Okay, buddy.
In our little town right outside of Anderson, South Carolina. I've got the best guys right here with me.
Yeah.
601-879-4395. 601-879-4395. Sports Talk Mississippi from the Pearl River Resort Studio. We'll be back.
In the Venable Glass.
Sports Talk Mississippi. Sports. On your radio and in the game. Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome back. Ton of your messages on the text line. We can't get to them all. But there is this one. Maybe I'm just old, but it's hard for me to fathom going somewhere just because they pay more. Does no one enjoy the grind and building where you're at, being happy where you are? There's a few things at play here. Because there's an element, a big element of truth to what you're saying. Quinn Ewers made that choice at Texas. He was going to get replaced by Arch. He could have played another year of college football, but he chose long-term potential over short-term money. And he ended up getting, by the end of the season, he was the starter in Miami. Now, I don't think that's a long-term thing there. They're replacing their coach, all that. But, he said it. Why he went to the draft instead of getting more money in NIL to go somewhere in college, because he wanted his legacy to be Texas's quarterback. And when he's 40, right, he can go back and tap into the Texas alumni well for opportunities in life. That's a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
And
Simpson said something similar to this.
Ty Simpson said the same thing. When Ty Simpson, most quarterbacks don't work out in the NFL. Let's pretend Ty Simpson plays 5 years in the league and he can't cut it, right? He can tap into the Alabama Alumni Network and get any job. He will get whatever he wants.
Right. A.J. McCarron almost contemplated a run for lieutenant governor of Alabama.
And probably would have done well had he not been given the opportunity to coach in the UFL.
Yeah.
A lot of guys don't think about that. Some of them do. There's players on both Ole Miss and Mississippi State's roster right now that could have just disappeared but chose to either take less or not fight for more because they're happy where they are, and they also want legacy matters to them. Doesn't matter to every player. You also have players, unfortunately, that are repped by quote-unquote agents that aren't real agents, that aren't. NFL agents have to be certified through the league. They have to have law degrees. They have to be certified agents. And if an agent acts in unbecoming ways, he can't represent NFL players anymore. You don't have that in college.
Right. College is a free-for-all.
And some of the contracts that you hear, some agents are getting 20% from these players. It's like, what in the world? It's like 3% in the NFL. Mm-hmm. You've got uncles. You've got bad actors getting their hands in this and giving bad advice because they want to make money off these kids too, and they're not acting in their best interest. And then you've got players like presumably TJ Daugherty, who's getting offered a lot more money to go elsewhere, where legacy and stuff like that, yeah, it matters. But, man, if you're going to offer me hundreds of thousands of dollars more, I got to kind of go. So all of that is happening at the same time,
yeah,
in different ways.
And we don't have any choices in this matter but to accept it or to just stop watching college football. Those are your two options.
Yeah. And we had somebody ask earlier, and it was an Ole Miss fan that was like, I understand everybody tampers. I'm not mad about tampering, but what can be done to stop this?
Nothing.
Collective bargaining?
Yeah. A fundamental change in the way the sport operates would do it. But other than that, no.
And I've seen people say, well, where's Greg Sankey? If he hasn't stepped in on this, he never will. You've got one coach of a league school very publicly going after signed players of another. If the league hadn't put a stop to that, they're not going to.
Yeah.
So don't count on that either. Because, if you put a stop to one, then you got to put a stop to all of them. And can you? Do you have the authority? I don't know. But, yeah, this can't be stopped. It can't be enforced. Lane Kiffin can troll all day long about poaching signed players from another SEC school, and the league's doing nothing about it. So don't count on them either. Yeah. This is just the game that you have to play until people actually do what needs to be done to have enforceable rules. Until then, guys, this is college football. This is what it is. Mm-hmm. Either play the game or get left behind.
And I always say, during the season, we weren't having a lot of these discussions because we love the game so much. It's when we stop having the games that all the ugly stuff happens. Yeah. And it's just like the sausage making, Love to have some grilled smoked sausage on the grill, right? But don't want to know how it gets made. Just want to enjoy it when it's time to enjoy it. So
Who did Ole Miss lose today? Nobody. Everybody that's gone left earlier this week. Devin Harper, the reserve offensive lineman that I think was going to start at one of the tackle spots this year for Ole Miss. TJ Daugherty, gone. Princeville Uman-Mielen is presumed gone, although that is not official yet. That is the presumption. Mm-hmm. And we'll do, since we're having a gender reveal in the 5 o'clock hour, we will do your...
We'll do the portal report at 5:20.
Or maybe, should we do it earlier?
No, we can do it. We just do it at 5 o'clock. That way, because that's why all of our listeners who come in at the 5 o'clock hour get to hear about it.
Oh, well. All right. Sports Talk, hour 1 in the books. We are so glad that you guys are with us. We'll keep talking. How about we do a little basketball egg bowl when we come back after the news? Sports Talk Mississippi. Don't go anywhere.
Sports Talk Mississippi. Sports Talk Mississippi.
You know I love sports.
On Super Talk Mississippi.
What's up on Sports Talk Mississippi? In just a few minutes, we'll be talking to Cole Kublik of the SEC Network, allegedly. I think he'll be here today.
I think he will be here today.
Plenty to talk about, including a preview of the national championship game. Plenty more portal news coming up for you. We'll take a look at who Mississippi State and Ole Miss. Southern Mississippi hasn't announced a portal addition since the 12th. So
they did get one today, actually, from the.
They have not announced it on their Twitter feed. So
from the defensive secondary variety.
Okay, well, maybe we can talk about that when we get there. Maybe some NFL playoffs. I don't know. Playoffs. We'll figure all that out as we go along. What's up on Sports Talk Mississippi is brought to you by Ag Up. Start the new year with a compact tractor that's a proven performer and get a great deal. You can get it all at Ag Up Equipment. Right now, 0% financing for 48 months. That's 4 years, Borky. On select John Deere 1 through 4 series compact tractors. You can't beat these workhorses or the 0% financing. Stop by your local Ag Up or visit them at agup.com, your down-home dealer. Offerings 131.26. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Bill in Oxford says it's pro football. Let the NFL run it like a subsidiary or minor league. Do away with the SEC office and Sankey and treat it like the business that it is. It's a good thought, for sure.
And they wouldn't get rid of Sankey. They would just make him the commissioner of the league.
But the NFL doesn't want to take that on. They don't need to. It's not necessary for them to pay for that. But this is what I keep telling people, because people keep saying, oh, this is pro sports now. No, it's not. It is so much worse. This is not how pro sports works at all.
Right.
There's
not unlimited free agency in the NFL right now.
And even after a contract is signed, Mensa announces on Twitter that it was the best for. He signed a 2-year deal with Duke, and he's still leaving. That's not pro sports. Pro sports, when you get a player and you have a contract, that contract cannot be broken unless you trade him or cut him. That's it. Once you sign a player, he's locked in. When you draft a player, he's locked in. When you hire a coach, he's locked in. And if you break those rules, if you tamper, you lose picks, you lose money, you lose players. This is not pro sports.
Right.
Pro sports has structure, rules, a collective bargaining agreement. Mm-hmm. This is none of those things. This is chaos that produces incredible Saturdays in the fall, and we love what it produces. But this is this is
when people say that this is pro sports, they're just saying because the players are getting paid. But this is nothing like what actual pro sports are like.
No, not one.
This is something completely. This is Adam Smith would love college football right now. It is as pure capitalist as it can possibly be. It is whoever has the most money can get whatever they want.
Tomorrow night, 7:30 in Starkville, you've got basketball. Ole Miss at Mississippi State, volume number 1. I know this game usually draws a pretty good crowd. Do you think it'll be like, what do you think that'll be like tomorrow night in Starkville?
I mean, it's a sellout crowd. The tickets are sold out. I'm sure Ole Miss will bring some fans. I would imagine it'd be a good crowd. You know, I can't remember the last time I went to a State Ole Miss basketball game, either at the Hump or the Pavilion, or going back to Tad Smith, that the crowd wasn't, you know, maybe not packed to the rafters, but a good, solid crowd.
What'll the game be like?
That's the better question, right? Yeah, my thought process going into the week was I thought State was the better basketball team than Ole Miss. And then Ole Miss, you know, I guess not even going into the week, but like as of last Saturday, then State loses a really ugly one to Kentucky, and then Ole Miss beats Missouri. And then you go you get to Wednesday, State loses another ugly one to Alabama, and Ole Miss goes on the road and beats Georgia. So Ole Miss has won 2 in a row. State's lost 2 in a row. You've talked about a lot about Ole Miss not being able to score, but they seem to have found a little bit of their shooting touch. State defensively, in 3 of the 4 games, and now one of them went into overtime, but still, they've given up, in 3 of their 4 conference games, they've given up over 90 points. So it feels like defensively this team is weak. And if the guys around Hubbard don't show up, you know, State can't win. You know, Hubbard will get you 20, great. What does Epps and McGee get you? What does Achor get you? I don't rely on anything from Quincy Ballard. That guy, just a huge bust, a huge miss in the transfer portal. You know, just no getting around that. So there's a real opportunity for Ole Miss here. But at the same time, you know, if you look at history, Jans has done really well against Ole Miss. He's 5-1. He swept Beard last year.
Yeah, so he's, 3-1 against Beard and 5-1 against Ole Miss.
5-1 against Ole Miss. Obviously, it'll be a hostile crowd for the Rebels, but this is as much of a coin flip as I can remember this game being in the past couple of years. Mm-hmm. The thing that stands out to me is this. Especially the game in Oxford last year, State was just a far more physical team than Ole Miss, right? The game in Oxford, State completely bullied Ole Miss. There's no getting around that.
Yep.
This State team doesn't have that. They don't have that same physicality. So that, to me, bodes well for Ole Miss. So we'll see how it goes out. I don't have a good feel in this game, one way or the other, to be honest with you.
And Ole Miss, I think, a little bit more physically equipped this season athletically than they were in the past. What I'm curious about is what State will try to do to stop A.J. Storr. Storr is he's a big guy. He's a 6'6" guard that can score at all 3 levels. I mean, he's assertive. He can get to the basket. His mid-range game is good, and he makes outside shots. He's finally showing you what they thought that he could be when they signed him. I mean, he has been really awesome lately, and he's big physical guard. Obviously, Hubbard is not going to draw that assignment defensively.
Right.
I would assume they would try to keep Hubbard on Pinkins in particular, who's Ole Miss's best shooter, I think. Mm-hmm. And then Perry off the bench, also a sniper. But wonder what they do, because there's no Cam Matthews to D up A.J. Storr anymore.
Right. And that, boy, you had some people last year who were like, I can't wait for Cam Matthews to be gone. And I was always like, you don't know what you're asking. And now that he's gone, man, State misses him so much. A guy who could just do everything, play defense, get rebounds, give you that physical edge, bring the ball up the court. They don't have anybody. There wasn't really anybody like him in the SEC last year that could just kind of do a little bit of everything and provided the leadership and tangible stuff. State misses him very, very badly. I mean, they're just weak in the front court this year. Ballard is soft. JDF, Jabarian Davis-Fleming, there's a lot of potential there, but he's just a freshman. Achor is playing better now, but he was awful at the beginning of the year. They just don't have that physicality in the front court that you're used to seeing. You know, you think about Jans with Tolu Smith, Cam Matthews, DJ Jeffries, Jimmy Bell. They don't have guys like that this year.
So you've said a lot of guys. I think, for me, Pinkins and then Perry off the bench just have to make outside shots and space the floor for a guy like Storr to go to work, for example. Those are my key players for the game for Ole Miss are those two. They have to continue to be good shooting from the outside. Mm-hmm. What about for State, though? A guy that's not Josh Hubbard that really have to have a big game.
It's the other two guards. It's Epps, Jaden Epps, and Jabari McGee. If those two guys can go out and give you a combined 25 to 30 points, you'll be in really good shape because Hubbard should be able to get you 20, 25 as well. But if they don't, and State's got to rely on its front court players to get points, they're just not going to win. They've got to have those three guards playing really well, and that can open up a few things down low for them. They can get some extra, some easier looks. But State's got to be able to hit threes and be able to, not let Ole Miss just collapse inside. And then you say Hubbard, but I mean Hubbard is both the player to watch and the X factor, right? Because he had 21 against Alabama, but a lot of that's late in the second half. Game points that didn't really matter, points that didn't have any impact on the game. You need him to be going in the first half. You need him to be getting shots to fall early, getting extra attention paid to him so that can open up those other guys. That also, when Hubbard scores, that gets the crowd into it. The crowd will be into it when anybody scores, but when Hubbard starts getting hot and gets those heat check threes going, that's when the hump can explode a little bit and become the sixth man for State.
Such an important game for both teams. For Ole Miss, it would be 3 in a row. Then you turn around and host a beatable Auburn team on Tuesday. I assume your students will be back, and you'll get that real big environment to make it 4 in a row, and then you really start playing meaningful games. But a loss, and then it just kind of feels insurmountable. You lose to State again, et cetera. And then the same thing can be said about State. If you win this game,
State has they're at Texas A&M next week, and then they host Vanderbilt, who lost for the first time this past week. But that's a big game for Mississippi. If they could somehow win this game, be 3-2, they're way ahead of where you thought they'd be. They've got to find a way to do that. Be 3-2. If you can be 4-3 next week, you're moving in the right direction.
601-879-4395, the C Spire text line. We'll hopefully chat with Cole Kubelik when we come back.
Let's go. This is your new home for exclusive sports coverage here in the Magnolia State. Sports Talk Mississippi on SuperTalk Mississippi.
Go to the Farm Bureau guest line, check out favorites.com and go with the home team, Mississippi Farm Bureau. If you watch college football, you see him on TV. He also does a daily radio show with Greg McElroy. You should check that out as well if you just want to hear a couple of guys just talk college football every day.
A podcast, two or three other shows. He's everywhere. He does a podcast with his wife. This man does everything. Cole Kubelik.
I appreciate your time. I want to start here. We talked yesterday about this Indiana story where they can reverse a trend about recruiting rankings going into a season. No team has won a national championship without 2 top 10 classes going into that championship year. How has Indiana been able to amass a team that is at this point? How have they done it?
I think it's a collection of guys who just have an understanding of what college football is all about, the game, conceptually, have an understanding of what every play is asked of you individually, not just of what the whole team is trying to accomplish, and then working together to do it. So I think when you take veterans like they have, those are guys that have played together, guys that have played a lot of college football, so they understand situational awareness. They understand that sometimes you got to sacrifice yourself for the greater good so somebody else can make a play. But I will say this, mentally, emotionally, how Kurt Cignetti has found this many guys to go out and do that on a consistent basis, I still have no idea how he's done it. And that's, you can talk about the talent not being where it is in so many other places and that they're as good as they are, but I still think finding the guys with the mentality that the majority of their players have, that they display consistently, I think it's been his greatest accomplishment.
And I've seen him talk, too, about the amount of time that they spend actually on a practice field versus the amount of time that they spend studying, walkthroughs, mental preparation. Will that be the norm? Fewer and fewer days or fewer and fewer hours on the practice field and spending the majority of your time in the film room and walking through things like that?
Well, it already kind of is the norm because you have so limited practice time in pads that I would imagine one of the strategies nowadays is to go out there and get your physical stuff done quickly, and then the rest are just mental reps. You go work your fundamentals, and then you go work your physical portions of practice. You're probably going to have too much time after that. You want to work some things as a team together to understand how to operate as one, and then the rest of it's just going to be film, going to be study, walkthrough. They all have these walkthrough rooms now where you're standing in front of a giant screen, and the defense or the offense is in front of you, and so you can do that together as well. So it's kind of where we are, but I think him understanding, hey, we don't need to be out here for 2.5 hours to do something that takes 45 minutes or something that takes an hour and 10 minutes. And that's actually been, we talk about how much time these guys work and how, the time required, the calendar. I can also tell you that there are a lot of college football coaches around this sport that we love so much that are professionals at wasting time and being repetitive with things that don't need to be. So it's probably just him going back and being a little bit more efficient in every way possible.
Cole, just in terms of the physical nature of these two teams, is this the most smash-mouth national championship game we've had since whenever?
I think this is, if you like the line of scrimmage and you enjoy physicality, this game's for you. I can't remember one that's going to kind of be able to go toe-to-toe with this. Some of those Michigan teams were pretty filthy. Some of those Georgia teams were. Some Bama teams were. But I don't know how many of them face off against each other like that, with the emphasis where it's going to be on the run game from both sides, but specifically with one. Michigan was about what Miami was when it came to running the football a couple of years ago. But the bigger bodies that are able to push people around, the contact that both these teams enjoy, the bonus bigs, it's definitely going to be a game that I enjoy Monday night. There's no doubt about it.
I was thinking that this is a Cole Kubelik special being played in Miami. I wanted to get your thoughts on something we said on this show a couple weeks ago, that with the way the portal is set up now, we have this one window here. There's no post-spring portal. You know that a lot of coaches use the spring portal window as an excuse to not have spring games. And I know you were particularly upset about that because you didn't have the film you wanted to have to break things down. Do you think now, with the way this is set up, we could see a return to some spring football?
I hope so, because, it started over there in Mississippi, and I think it was a pretty smart move by Lane saying, we're going to do this, carnival or whatever it is. And the main reason he did it is because he didn't want his guys to be on display for somebody to call and say, hey, that third-string tight end looks pretty good. We should get him in here. He could probably be our starter. Or their fourth or fifth receiver could probably be our number one. Was find out a way to get word to him that he could start here, and we'll match the money, whatever that is. And if you've eliminated that, then yes, I think you go back to maybe trying to do something for your fans, trying to do something that will get people involved, get people on campus, maybe another way to recruit. And then also, too, you mimic game reps a little bit, which with as many guys that are going in and out of lineups, I actually think that part's a little bit more valuable. To go out there and mimic a game and put people in game situations when 70, 80% of the team has never operated together in a game, I think that's actually a more valuable asset than a lot of people are discussing. And so I do hope we go back to it.
Kiffin's the easy answer for, which coach do you think will have the most immediate success or maybe is the most interesting at his new school. So who's the next guy on that list for you?
I think there are a couple of really good coaches in this league that are going to be first-year coaches. I'm a big fan of John Sumrall, and he would probably be number one on my list because I think he's going to win wherever he goes because he's not stubborn with system, scheme, type of player. He just wants to win. He'll go get the best available guys that he can, and he'll coach around them. He relates to players. Players want to play for him. They're motivated by his style. So he brings just enough of the old school football personality with understanding how things operate today that I think there's a really good chance he's going to have success. I like the Alex Golesh hire at Auburn. I think he has a chance to have a lot of success too. I think he's somebody that gets it and has a little bit of a different offensive scheme, and that might take a little extra time to be able to get everybody on the same page with. But bringing in Byron Brown is going to be huge. Bringing in multiple receivers that know that offense and offensive linemen, I think that's going to give them a big step ahead this season.
Cole, we're excited here in the state of Mississippi about these two young quarterbacks. Kamario Taylor here at Mississippi State, Deuce Knight transferring from Auburn to Ole Miss. These were two guys who played together on the Mississippi-Alabama All-Star game, were high school, in the same class. Well, from what you've seen of those two guys, and it's not a lot of film, obviously, but what do you like about them?
Well, I think the first thing with both is just their physical stature. I mean, you look at both Taylor and Knight, just big kids, almost look like NBA small forwards. Mm-hmm. Then the mobility that you throw in, we saw some of that on display. I had the Missouri game and saw him able to run around a little bit late in that game. I think both are probably straight line speed faster than people think, and part of that is because they are so big. Quick release, strong arms. I mean, outside of the understanding of scheme coverage, which I'm not saying that they don't, I'm not saying that they do. I don't think we've seen enough of either to really get a good feel for how well they're going to be able to operate in those instances. Physically, I think you have to be excited about all the tools that both bring.
Got a couple of minutes left here, Cole. We were texting last night, and I asked you about this, and I guess you just missed it. But Mississippi State bringing in Jordan Seaton for a visit. Obviously, a long way to go in that kid's recruitment. He'll have offers from everybody. State will have to beat out some blue bloods if they want to get him. If State is able to sign him, what kind of player are they getting?
I think he's a big-time talent. He's a massive individual, and the difference between him is very similar to a lot of the other great tackles and offensive linemen in this day and age, and that is change of direction. A lot of times you get a guy that's 320, 330, 340. If somebody gives them an inside move, they're not able to immediately stop and change and go the opposite direction. He's able to do that. Not as much of a backbender for a guy that has his length, is as tall as he is and has the wingspan that he does as well. He's got that mean streak. He's got some nasty in him, which that's unfortunately becoming a little bit more rare with offensive linemen this day and age. We won't have to worry about that Monday night, but he's a guy that you wouldn't have to worry about it either.
One last thing, Cole, like I said, a couple minutes left here with this national championship game. Not necessarily a prediction, just how do you see this game playing out? What does Miami have to do? What's the thing they can't leave off the checklist if they want to win this game?
I think just win the turnover battle. I mean, you're going up against a team that's plus 19, I think. One of the better turnover teams in college football. They've been pretty good with it in the playoffs. They weren't great with it all year. Continue to own the line of scrimmage. And then I think, too, stay with who you are. You go back to the A&M game when Shannon Dawson started to get away from who he was a little bit, got a little bit tricky, got a little bit cute. It came down to them running the football late and utilizing play action off that to actually win that football game. Don't overcommit to your defensive line, your defensive front. Let your front four go win. Give your numbers assistance in other places where you might be able to take something away from the quarterback or some of the receivers. And just it's got to be almost mistake-free football because Indiana is one of the most efficient football teams I've ever watched. Technically, fundamentally, assignment-wise, I mean, you just go put the tape on them of any game. You're not going to see a lot of free runners at the quarterback when he drops back. You're not going to see a lot of running backs having to dodge defenders 2 yards in the backfield. You're not seeing a bunch of receivers drop passes. You're not seeing DBs argue with one another because somebody busted a coverage and the guy's wide open over the top. They seem like they're almost impossible to rattle. After every negative play, they almost find a way to come up with a positive play. There's just not a lot of arguing, not a lot of bickering. The body language is as good as I've seen on any team that I've watched in a long time. They're just sharp. They're mature. They're sharp. They're efficient. And they're fundamentally and technically sound, and they just don't make mistakes. So it'd be great to say you can get to the quarterback or you're going to be able to run the ball. You're going to have to force them into a couple of big mistakes if you're going to win this football game, and that's what I just don't know how Miami draws up. I don't know how you draw up, hey, we're going to go force 2 or 3 fumbles out of them. We're going to go get 2 or 3 interceptions because a team that plays as clean as Indiana does, it becomes that much more difficult to actually force turnovers that way.
Cole, we appreciate it, man. We'll talk to you again soon. Cole Kublik from the SEC Network and ESPN. Thanks, man.
From the Seabrook.com.
This is Sports Talk Mississippi right here on SuperTalk.fm, the SuperTalk Mississippi app, and always live on your local SuperTalk Mississippi radio station.
A little breaking news of the we knew it was coming variety, but Ole Miss has officially sent in the injunction. We'll just go with John Talty here. Trinidad Chambliss' lawyers have officially filed a lawsuit this afternoon in the Chancery Court of Lafayette County as the Ole Miss quarterback seeks another year of eligibility. The NCAA previously denied that waiver request. Lawyers out there, answer this question for me. I know you're listening. Hit me up on the C Spire. Hit us up on the C Spire text line 601-879-4395. Can the NCAA request a change of venue? Because clearly Lafayette County, I mean, we all see where what the deal is there. Can the NCAA say we want to have a change of venue? I don't know if they can or not. I need to know the answer to that. 601-879-4395.
So,
or you can just text, or one of Borky's lawyers' buddies can just text him. One of the two.
I probably should reach out. If I understand it correctly, what I read earlier is that since the NCAA is everywhere, they don't have the ability, since they are in every state.
Could you put it in there are only three, well, I guess there's 6 counties in this state that have an NCAA institution, right? Lafayette, Oktibbeha, Southern's in Forest County, right? I believe that's correct. Hines, Claiborne, I believe is where Alcorn is, and then LaFleur, I believe, is where Itabena and Mississippi Valley are. So could you ask for it to not be in one of those counties?
That is a great question.
You could put it in, just off the top of my head, Warren County, where I'm from, Vicksburg. There's no NCAA institution there. So I don't know. If I were the NCAA, that's how I would try to do it. Be like, I want to put it in an area where there's not a college.
There was
Alcorn is in Jefferson. My bad. All right.
That's pretty sweet poll though on your part. To be honest,
I could be wrong on Itabena too. I think it's in LaFleur.
That was pretty darn good.
Okay, NCAA has grounds to move the case to Indiana. Now that would be interesting. Put it in their own. See, that feels like that's their home floor though. Like wouldn't Trinidad Chambliss' lawyers be like, hey, this is going to be held in California.
Need to know more. I'm trying to.
Correct.
I can't figure out where I saw. Maybe it was Tom Mars, who's obviously fighting this on behalf of Trinidad. Okay, here it is. This is from Trinidad's attorney, Tom Mars.
Okay.
I've been asked many times why the NCAA doesn't transfer state court lawsuits to federal court using diversity of citizenship as a basis for jurisdiction. It can't. As an unincorporated association, the NCAA is considered to be a citizen of every state in which it has members.
Okay.
So that is what part of what the argument that Ole Miss's attorney is making. Apparently because somebody won an injunction in state court today on the basketball front. A basketball player tried a federal injunction and was denied, and then took it to state court and was approved, and now he can play basketball this year. And people are trying to do the one-for-one, like, hey, if, state court approved him, you would assume a state court would approve Trinidad as well.
Right.
But, I mean, who knows, man? The federal courts have favored the NCAA lately in eligibility things, but the ones that have been filed in state courts, like the Pavia deal, like this basketball player, as you can imagine, more favor the local player. But they're moving forward. I mean, they're trying. That's what this tells you, by the way, is that they are. They're still going to fight to have him be their quarterback next year. The idea that with the Oregon quarterback dropping out of the draft, it being a weak draft class, maybe he just gives up. Clearly not giving up when it comes to the attempt to play. He can play basketball until the next hearing, which a date has been set already. It has. And so no hearing has been set in this case. But, again, if you get the injunction and the hearing is set for whenever, I mean, look, again, I'm not a lawyer. I've talked to enough of them to where it sounds like you can delay and you can do this and you can file this and you can do this. All you have to do is get to next January. That's all you got to do. You just got to get an injunction and then delay however you can until next January, and then you're done. You don't even have to win. You just have to preserve. You just have to not lose until January, right?
Correct. If you can do that, you'll be fine.
I guess so. But there you go. 601-8795. I'm still very impressed that you pulled the county thing.
I know my way around. You got to remember, you got to think about it like this. I do that thing with the coffee house every day on my podcast, so I see all the stuff for these little counties and stuff.
Yeah. Did you see that Valley had a defensive back go to Oklahoma?
Yeah. And on that same, I guess, well, we'll save it for the transfer portal discussion, but Jackson State has a player who's been visiting some schools and will be at a school here in the state very soon.
Yeah, which is it. That was that was interesting.
They got players.
Yeah,
there's players everywhere.
Oh yeah, there are.
So, I've been through Lorman before, so I don't know why I thought it was in Claiborne. Claiborne's just north of Jefferson.
Somebody says delay, deny. There you go. There's your strategy.
That's how the legal process works. Why not?
So the NCAA suit with a local retail store in Oxford, how long did that take? Was it like 12 years or something for that to finalize? The retail store won ultimately.
It's not 12 years because that would have been like 2016, 2017, and it's just now 2025.
So it was like 5 years.
Yeah, it's like 6 or 7 years, I think.
Crazy.
But yeah.
That reminds me of the scene from the movie Liar, Liar. Mm-hmm. I could take you to small claims court, but he said something else, but you wouldn't show up anyway.
Yeah.
You scratched my car. Remember when Jim Carrey was on top of the world as an actor? He was awesome.
Well, yeah. But every actor has a moment like that. Oh, not every actor, but every era has an actor like that.
I mean, Liar's just he was awesome. And it's just like a late 90s comedy,
Yeah, he had a good run. No question.
But he put out like a Game 7 Michael Jordan type. I guess Jordan never played in a Game 7, did he?
Did he not? I don't think he did, yeah.
A Game 6 Michael Jordan type performance in one of those movies.
Yeah. So, just I don't know. It feels like the NCAA, this is going to – I know you're saying delay.
I don't know.
I don't see how the NCAA is going to be like, we have to have resolution on this.
But you can't just say, "Hey, judge, I need it now."
I get it.
Especially
but at the same time, they're going. I don't know how they do it, but you got to figure they're going to find a way to like. If Ole Miss delays this until the season's over with and Chambliss plays the whole year, the NCAA will come back and be like, "Oh, we found a horrific recruiting violation and you're on probation."
Whatever.
Something.
Whatever.
Retroactive punishment.
Somebody says, how does the Chambliss argument compare to the request that was denied for the 5 players in Nashville? So those players were simply, at the federal level, they had played 4 years of the top division of college sports, and were seeking a 5th year. And that was it. Like, they didn't have... because Division II and the FBS have different redshirt rules. Like, it's all different. The filing for medical stuff, it's so different and imbalanced. That doesn't exist if you just play 4 years in the SEC. And so that's what's different here is the redshirt rules are different, and that, legally doesn't make sense. That kind of stuff. So there's a medical issue that they're arguing. The redshirt rules are different. How you file and document medical issues is different at the D2 to the FBS level, which, again, make sense. How does that make sense? Why do you have different medical filing and redshirt rules for Division II players than you do FBS players? Why is that even the case? So that's what they'll attack, is that. Because if you just played 4 years of college ball and you're just seeking a 5th year for the heck of it, there's not much argument that you can make. And they also didn't do it at a local level.
Right.
As I understand it. Again, not a lawyer. I'm trying to read about it. I'm trying to learn. Those people went to school for years and years and years, and I went to journalism school, which is like glorified high school. No offense.
No wonder they haven't asked you to speak when you talk about it like that.
But not Ole Miss journalism school, journalism school.
I'm just saying.
That's probably why.
That's why, right there. They're like, well, we were going to ask him to speak, but he belittled us.
Well,
we'll get Haydad here instead.
Because I think there's value in journalism school. if you want to be a journalist. There's great value in it. A lot of it. I just think that the outgoing journalists from all journalism schools are not being taught well enough. That's kind of where I come from, is that young media people don't understand what being a journalist actually means anymore. Everything's slanted and biased, and that's encouraged now, and that's a problem. Sports Talk Mississippi. We'll be back.
You can be a part of Sports Talk Mississippi. 888-808-8637 on Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome back, Sports Talk Mississippi. Borky and Haydad with you. I have in my hand right now...
Real quick.
What?
Maybe the hardest guitar riff of all time, and it's a song about microwaves.
It's incredible, right? Also, lyrics...
The lyrics are a little questionable these days.
I have in my hand right now the envelope. The envelope that will decide it all. Here in about 10 minutes from right now, we are having our first ever gender reveal on Super Talk Mississippi. Not just Sports Talk Mississippi, but Super Talk Mississippi. Our boss and our fearless leader, Will East, and his lovely wife are expecting.
Yes.
And we are going to tell them. I got the folder, right? The envelope right here.
It's right there.
I have looked. I know what it is.
You already looked.
That's my job. I have to know.
You could have looked later, I guess.
I have to know. So I know.
You know if it's a crab person or not. Crab people.
But I know.
Okay.
They don't know. They're sitting right there in the green room right now.
They're
right
listening
there.
to us?
I would assume so. Maybe not. It's probably best for everybody if they don't.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I'd mute it.
But they don't know. I know. I guess I'm one of only two people that know right now.
Who's the other person that knows?
The doctor.
The doctor knows. So the doctor wrote that down.
The doctor wrote it down.
All right. So you know, and they know that you know.
And they know that I know.
And you know that they know that you know. And I don't know what you know. All right. Well, we're going to find out.
We are going to find out.
Don't worry.
Excited,
I've also planted a 20 pounds of C4 with blue or pink glitter in the studio, and it should be great. Shouldn't be any problem whatsoever.
Somebody says current moneyline odds for Baby East boy plus 157, girl minus 143. And so we're not only. I mean, this is fun because Will proposed live on the air.
Yeah.
So kind of a full circle moment.
Would love to find the footage of that.
Oh man. But
so it's just eat the paper and tell no one. This is a great chance for you to get a raise.
I mean, seriously.
You threatened to eat the paper.
I need more. I'm sorry. Hey, the portal closes here in about 7 hours from right now.
Yeah.
And so what I need is more money or else.
Yeah.
All right? I'm entering my name in the portal.
Do you have a lighter? I will do it.
But
then you got to somehow go find their doctor.
Send them in. Send them in on the C-Spire text line. What's your pick, boy or girl? We should have done a poll on our Twitter as well.
We could have done that, but it'll be all right.
It'll be all right. We on the text line, though, C-Spire text line, 601-879-4395. Boy or girl, what is it going to be? And, hey, send me an email. If you want to do a gender reveal on this show for the right price, we'll do it.
We'll do it. We will absolutely do it. We'll go further out for people that don't work here. We'll get a cake or something.
Our sales team, they meet all the time, right?
Yeah.
At their next meeting, one salesperson would be like, Borky and Haydad said we're selling what now?
We're selling gender reveals.
Gender reveals.
Yes.
We will officiate your wedding.
For babies only, though.
Yeah, for baby. We'll officiate
reveal.
your wedding.
We'll officiate weddings? Don't we have to have like a diploma or a degree or
We
sort
will
of license for that?
We will, yeah, but you can apply for one online.
Oh, okay.
We will break up with your significant other for you.
I had that idea years ago for Dumpagram.
We'll do it.
Yeah, just like
I'm in.
You know, you tell them, hey, let's meet here, and then they show up and I'm there. I'm like, hey, I got some bad news.
Yeah, we will do that.
You will never see him again.
We will quit your job for you.
Be happy to quit your job. Somebody says it's going to be a boy, 6 pounds, 7 ounces. Don't hold a baby like this. Terrible idea.
Yeah, it's probably not the best.
No.
Probably not the best.
Yeah, we can get, if there's a local, pediatric doctor or an OBGYN that wants to sponsor this segment, we are here for you.
We are here for you.
We got all sorts of great ideas.
Yeah, somebody says $25 wedding officiating license available online. There you go.
We'll make that money back on the first wedding. We're going to charge $50 a wedding, but we get to eat.
Somebody says it's got to be blue because I'm wearing blue. That's a good eye. I put on my clothes before I knew. So that's not an indicator here.
That's good to know. It's good to know that you didn't have that information.
Will handed me this folder before I got dressed.
Yeah. Will just walks into your house, you're completely naked. Like, here's the envelope. Like, Will.
Like, thanks, man.
This could have waited till I got to the office. He's just so nervous.
So we will do that when we come back. Our first ever gender reveal party.
Yeah.
Sports Talk, Mississippi. We'll do that. And hey, they're technically guests, so they will appear on the baby will appear on the Farm Bureau guest line. Check out favorites.com.
We have already got exclusive rights to the first interview with the baby.
Just have his wife just walk up to the microphone.
No, when the baby comes out. The actual baby.
We'll be back after the news.
Sports Talk Mississippi on Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome back, Sports Talk Mississippi. Forky and Haydad with you. Haydad, you look excited. I'm kind of excited. This is cool.
Is this gender reveal brought to you by your Mississippi Ford dealers?
It certainly can be. This is your baby revelation fix driven by Ford at your local Mississippi Ford dealer. If you need some more room, the F-150 is not just a great truck for the farm or for your at-home projects. It's for the family.
You put a car seat in there and you feel good about wherever you're going.
Will East in the studio along with his wife. And guys,
she has a name.
I was getting there.
Carrie wore LSU purple to mark the occasion of the transfer portal closing.
I'm praying that somehow in this segment, Keywan Lacey goes into the portal during this segment. I was like, I want that child to be born into a world where that happens.
Hey, Haydad wants more Ole Miss failure than the two of you to have a happy and comfortable gender reveal.
Can I have both?
Why not both?
Why not both?
All right, so we've received the predictions on the text line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty even, but leaning boy on the text line.
Yeah.
What about the two of you?
I think that it's a boy. I don't have a preference either way.
Classic first dad mistake right there. Go ahead and let you know.
She, however,
It's a girl.
speak up.
It's a girl.
Right.
It's a girl.
I have a sense.
Yeah,
Girl
that's an
energy.
accurate thing. The woman, the
I can
mother
tell.
does have a sense.
All right.
So.
I can tell.
How can you tell?
I can just
Have you
tell.
had a lot of heartburn? They say when you have a boy, there's a lot of heartburn.
Oh, no.
She's had a lot of heartburn.
They say because the boy, he's got a lot of hair. The hair leads to heartburn somehow.
We've got a lot of hair.
Yeah.
We're a hairy bunch.
Well, you know.
Not as much as we once had, but
Yeah.
it was once a great head of hair. But
Due date, do we know?
Yeah, when's the due date? Yeah.
May 31st.
May 31st.
Okay,
Soon.
so
May.
outstanding. We didn't get a football birthday, Will. Good job.
Yeah.
no football birthday.
Well, all right. You don't have to worry about going to any parties when Ole Miss is playing whoever.
Yeah, gosh, having a birthday party for a 1-year-old
worst.
that does not care on a fall Saturday is worse
The
than
worst.
a wedding on a fall Saturday.
So, All right.
And do you have names picked out?
We have the girl name picked out, but here's my thing, guys.
Okay.
You know me. I attack things
Lane
logically
East.
and sometimes lazily, and so you combine those two together and you get the attitude that I had, and that is, let's find out the gender first before we have the argument, because 50% of the argument goes away, right?
Look,
It does, yeah. It reduces
I think Lane East is a great name.
What is our girl name?
You don't want to tell anybody because then they'll ruin it for you.
Oh, I wasn't aware we had one.
Well, we picked one the other night. Selective hearing.
Okay.
So I have here in my hand right
There
now.
it is. There's the picture.
This is the ultrasound.
All right.
All right, here we go.
And are you guys
Look at the
ready?
nerves right
Is
here.
there anything else that we want to get to?
Oh, we got poppers.
Before we start, Wov, Twoo Wov. All right. Do we have a drum roll or anything? Do we
Actually, I did.
Oh my gosh. You gonna pop it? You ready?
Wait.
It's a girl! It's a girl! They're having a girl! She knew it! The mother always
I knew
knows.
it. I told you.
There we go.
Wow.
So what's the name?
Well, I don't want.
Will, what is the name?
I thought it was Sophia.
Beautiful
it's
name.
a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I'll put it on the list.
He's like, what's the name?
Said anything.
Trinidad.
I could've said
Trinidadians. Trinidadia East, yeah.
I knew
All
it.
right. Will, you got to clean all that up, just so you know.
Actually, she's got to clean this up.
Oh, yeah, that's a
that's
good
part of being a girl. Vacuuming.
Ooh. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that.
All right, well,
I got
that's the show forever.
I got confetti in my
we had a
my
great-
coffee.
Can we check the text line now?
May
On
we?
that one?
They're all
It's
agreeing
all
with him,
guys.
unfortunately.
It's all guys.
so-
It's all old guys. They all agree.
Yeah, they're all
Little
yeah, that's how it
Wilma
is.
apparently is.
Wilma. Wilma. Yes. All right.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am shocked.
The mother always knows, man. I'm
I
telling
am
you.
so worried about you.
So, Will, I'm going to give you a little piece of advice as a dad of two daughters.
Oh, yeah.
Just get used to saying yes. Why say no when it feels so good to say yes?
I hope you don't like money. Also,
These pockets are already empty. I don't know if you guys can tell, but they're about to be emptier.
Boy, does
Well,
Will
that
eat
is-
alone.
that
He
is
doesn't
a
even
shock.
pass the salt. So, yes, and I'll just go ahead and tell you from experience that putting together a Barbie dream house is a tough affair.
And I love hot pink. It's just my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh.
Have you seen the prices for a Disney trip lately? They're high. Oh. They're high.
or like American Girl dolls and stuff like that.
You're lucky. The American Girl, they used to have the store in Atlanta. I have stayed at the American Girl Hotel, which is just a residence inn with pink blankets, but it is what it is. But, buddy, that's a place where your credit card will be separated from you pretty quickly in the process. But I think the closest one now is in Chicago. But it's worth the trip.
Debbie says, "Now, Will, you must clean up the studio."
Yeah, she's pregnant. You can't have her doing manual labor. Get in there,
That's
get a
right.
broom.
What do you think I do at the house? That's all I do is clean.
The only thing I've ever seen for you at your house is a video of you running away from a snake. It's the only thing I've ever seen.
At least you don't have to worry about the.
Who else is going to keep that 5-bedroom house clean?
Yeah, no requests for weird pets like what I'm dealing with right now.
So-
No snakes, nothing like that.
He's requesting snakes?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Do it.
Oh, no.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
I don't even
Don't
want to
do
be
that.
snake adjacent.
Like just the smell of a snake on me. When I walk
Yeah,
in.
like you got the
no.
scent. Yeah,
Can't,
that's no good.
Can't do that. How you guys feeling?
Good. Oh, I'm
It's relief.
ready to spend. Got the credit card ready. Whew, that money is burning a hole in my pocket.
Oh man.
Oh, man.
No.
So, my wife her job used to get free baby clothes, and we would give them to our friends, but they just stopped doing it. So that's my bad. I'm sorry about that. Y'all missed out on that by
You got
about 2
free
years.
baby clothes?
Oh yeah, well, like Robbie Falk, the Coleman kids.
I got some.
Yeah,
Wow.
Borky's kid has gotten a ton of stuff, but they stopped doing it because.
Oh wait, that's no more.
You know why?
Oh no.
Tariffs. Moral Cross in the morning.
The clothes were beautiful. They were nice
They
clothes.
were great
Some of the
clothes, but
best.
we can't have free clothes. Free clothes.
Argentinian clothes.
Man, I'm still riding on a handful of those too.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. A lot of my friends have got a bunch of Garanimals clothes because of my wife, but unfortunately no more. My bad, guys.
I thought those were like the defected ones too.
They are, but now there's like because of the terror.
He gave you the defective child's clothes?
Yes, yeah.
They're not defective. Defective is a strong term.
This one has 3 arms, but it's fine.
They were placed in the spare closet of we screwed this order up. And
They were just extras. They just, extra stuff. Like when stuff would they have the spring line, and when spring would end and they go to the fall line, whatever they had left laying around, we could give away.
Sure.
So you got spring clothes in winter and winter clothes in spring.
This coat catches fire randomly, but it's fine.
That's my wife's job. She makes sure there's not any asbestos.
Tell the kid to roll around in the dirt. It'll be all right.
If your kid itches, it's my wife's fault.
How do you check for asbestos in clothes?
What do I look like?
I mean, you never asked.
Why don't you ask my wife about college football sometime? She'll
I
give you
think
the
that's
same
why
answer.
they stopped giving them away. It was effective. Wouldn't tariffs just trying to blame Trump.
So come it, baby. No, Sophia, is that the name or was that the idea?
I think so.
There's a Disney princess named Sophia, so you've already got plenty of stuff
there we
working
go.
there.
Yeah, that's a name. All right, we're done with that. That conversation
What's
is
the
done.
middle name?
And
You
we can move on.
got to have a middle name.
What is the middle name?
I don't know.
Trinidad.
Kiwan.
Kiwan
could go either way.
There you go.
Lacey. Kiwan.
Lacey.
Sophia
Lacey.
Kiwan Lacey East. Oh, I like that's got a nice ring to it.
Yeah.
As long as nothing happens between now and the end of portal.
Yeah. We still got like 6 hours.
Portal closes before May, so
Yeah.
I think you're good there.
Oh man.
So excited.
There's the vacuum. We got the vacuum, the Dirt Devils, so.
It's bringing in the vacuum, so
good.
That's all Will now.
Well, thank you, fellas, for doing this. It's
it's incredible.
So I had my original plan when you approached me with this. I wanted to get a pie, and either get like a strawberry pie or a blueberry pie, and then cover it in whipped cream, and then just smash you in the face with it.
Oh, that's good.
But you would never give me a date, so I couldn't.
Well, that doesn't work for audio, though.
But we have to look further than that. We have to consider ourselves a multimedia
This way,
company.
it kind of got a little bit of everything.
Well, people could have figured it out. So,
okay.
That is.
I just wanted to hit you with a pie.
I know.
That's all I wanted.
I'm aware.
And he would have driven all the way here just for that.
I would have driven. I wouldn't have even charged mileage. I would have been like, I'm coming just to hit him with a pie. It's fine.
Well, one more. Hey, Dad, one more.
Thank you.
Congratulations, guys. You're going to
y'all.
be outstanding parents. And
Uncle Haydad and Uncle Borky can't wait to spoil Sophia East.
And
Well,
there's
we're
the
already
vacuum.
vacuuming.
What are you vacuuming over
still
there,
going
Ann?
on here.
You know, we're doing a show here. I mean,
We're trying to be professional.
And we're going to save that.
that's
for
worse
Will.
than getting what is it they used to do on the old Apollo show, the hook,
Yeah.
You guys are done.
For Will.
When I hit that.
we will come back and maybe get.
We'll
Serious,
get into the
maybe
portal.
not.
Perhaps.
Something like that when we come back. Sports Talk Mississippi.
It is a girl.
Back to Sports Talk Mississippi
Doesn't get any better than this.
on Super Talk Mississippi.
Dwayne and Brandon says, that was fun. Need to have another one when Borky or Haydad has another one. I can't speak for Michael Borky, but I'm out the game. All right?
Not today.
I am
Not today.
50 years old. I am not. Imagine if I had one. 68 when I graduated high school. Get out of here. No chance. I am done. Never again.
Not today.
No.
Not today. That was awesome.
fun.
Though. I
Yeah,
mean,
it was great.
that was really cool.
It's cool to do stuff like that, yeah.
Absolutely. And it looks like the text line really enjoyed that as well. So I really appreciate you guys for being here. And, of course, again, congratulations to the lovely couple who are now mutually cleaning in the studio.
Yeah, as they should. It's teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work, and sometimes the transfer portal does as well. So here is your daily update as the portal turns. Brian Haydad, we will lead with you.
I got nothing. No additions for Mississippi State since we last spoke.
But kind of rehash, though, what we talked about earlier in the show.
Sir, I know how to do my job.
I know, but I just, just do that.
But for Mississippi State, the big news is a visitor, the number 1 offensive lineman, the number 4 overall prospect in the portal, offensive tackle from the University of Colorado, Jordan Seaton, was on campus, got into town yesterday evening, left this afternoon. Mississippi State has put together a sizable NIL package for him. He would obviously slot right into that left tackle position for Mississippi State and protect Kamario Taylor's blind side. The connection there, Phil Lodeholt was at Colorado for a season when Seaton was a true freshman. He is now on his way to the University of Miami. He's probably already there, if we had to guess. And we'll make his decision hopefully sooner rather than later for Mississippi State, because they feel good about their position, as good as you can feel when you're talking about one of the top players in the portal, a guy that could go literally anywhere in the country. There is no team in the country that Jordan Seaton couldn't call today and say, I want to play for you, and they wouldn't immediately make room for him in their roster. So just getting him on campus is a big moment for Mississippi State. It shows that how real the NIL potential is for Mississippi State. This guy would not have shown up if Mississippi State didn't have money to give him. The number I was quoted was a blank check. He is going to get what he wants. There's not, could he say $30 million? No, but a normal NIL number, he will absolutely get beyond that for Mississippi State. So it's just a waiting game for the Bulldogs. They're still bringing in a couple other visitors this weekend, but not a lot of slots left.
What positions are coming?
Left tackle, and we mentioned it earlier. The player from Jackson State, Mason Barton, is his name. Left tackle for the Tigers will be on campus this weekend. They'd like to get another edge rusher, and then perhaps another defensive lineman, but that's probably about it. They got about 3 or 4 more spots to fill up.
So, from the Ole Miss side of things, they got a trio of defensive commitments since we last spoke. Now, we talked earlier, again, hey, wherever you get your podcasts, other than Spotify, Sports Talk Mississippi. I will cut that conversation and put it online for you. But we did talk about the departures of TJ Daugherty, who officially hit the portal. He was visiting LSU today. Still, Prince Will Umanmielen has not officially entered the transfer portal. I would assume right now that it's just a formality thing, but he is expected to leave and is currently expected to go to LSU also. So, Ole Miss has added already on the defensive line. They added a couple of more last night and today. Jordan Renaud from Alabama, the edge, and then Blake Purchase is a guy that I think's got a real chance to be an impact player for Ole Miss next year. He's from Oregon. Both of them are D-line edge guys. I guess that buck linebacker position is what they do. They play the same position as Prince Will Umanmielen does. So those are the guys that they are bringing in to, you hope, replace his production. And they've already got Cam Franklin returning, so they brought in another edge transfer that we talked about earlier. I guess it was last week when we talked about him as well. So you have your defensive line on the edges shaping up. I think there's another one that you can expect here soon, possibly as well. But added those two last night. Don't know much about Renaud, the Alabama transfer. I think from reading that both schools wanted to keep both guys, but it's not like, they were 9-sack guys last season either. So it's more about they got a high upside, and you hope that at least one of the two can reach that kind of potential. And then they got a linebacker, Taj Butler from Georgia Tech. He was going to start for this Georgia Tech team, but obviously hit the portal. He is ranked ahead of TJ Daugherty, not near as productive. And the on-3 portal rankings need to be called into question a little bit anyway because of where certain guys are ranked and stuff like that. But for whatever it's worth to you, they lose Daugherty and they have added a linebacker that is ranked higher than that of Daugherty, for whatever that is worth to you. They've got visitors, a lot of them incoming this weekend, working on offensive line. That is a position that they have to add this weekend, and a handful of others. I would assume they're still in on linebacker because they have to. They've had a running back visitor as well. So there's a lot still to be done for this portal class from Ole Miss, but you have a day where you lose defensive guys and you immediately add defensive guys. So at least you're not, forgive my phrasing, but you're not caught with your pants down when it comes to the late departures of your defensive players. You had a plan to replace them, and you did. Now it's just whether or not they can be productive. It was pointed out to me earlier. Now, if you want to be an optimist, this is how you look at something like this. Prince Will's stats at Nebraska were not good.
Right.
And then he comes to Ole Miss under Joyner and Golding and becomes a star. So there's precedent to say that those two guys are pretty good at pulling a lot out of talented players. And so you just hope that they can do it again with these two guys on the defensive line. So that is your portal update out of Oxford. It'll be a busy weekend. There will be a lot to update on Monday.
Yeah. Somebody asked on the C Spire text line about Chris Jones, the Southern Mississippi linebacker. He is headed to Florida State.
Yep.
Signed with them, I believe, yesterday.
Yes.
I just don't believe, this is from Jake, I don't believe the NIL leak was organic. I smell a purple and gold rat. It's almost going to look into tampering. We described that earlier. Absolutely not. With that said, I am now agreeing with Haydad that Kiffin did manufacture the Chambliss jersey heist. I mean,
you can't put we said before.
Got to throw that in.
If the question is, can you believe Lane Kiffin? ... The answer is yes.
Yes.
You can believe that 100%. So Haydad, as I understand it, the contracts were leaked thing.
Yeah,
it's not really true.
Okay,
that was said to create a crap storm. That there's not like a flurry of NIL contracts out there for Ole Miss players that people have access to. Mm-hmm. That it was something that was done as a way to create some chaos. Because nobody has gotten them. Nobody's seen them. If they leaked,
if you think they were leaking, they would leak.
Yeah. So no, I mean Ole Miss is. What's your definition of looking into tampering? I would assume that people have been on the phone with the league office today, but when it comes to tampering, guys, like we said earlier in the show, and we'll say it again, and I had a friend text me that was not happy with my stance on it. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's unique because it's Kiffin, and he's doing it very publicly, and he's trolling and doing all that stuff. It is unique in this case. But tampering is rampant, and that includes your school and every other school. Everybody that is competing for high-level players tampers. Everybody. And so it's just a game that you have to play. And of all the things that are frustrating from the Ole Miss perspective about what's gone down, the tampering piece, frankly, you just got to fight back. You just got to play the same game. You don't cry to the NCAA. They can't enforce it, and they're not going to. They're not equipped to. So if they're not fighting back, and they are, if they weren't prepared for this, and they were,
there would never be the end of the chain. Like as soon, let's say school X turns in school Y. Well, school Y would be like, well, what about these guys? Here's school Z. School Z goes to school A, and it would just never end.
It would never end, and so you just fight back. And again,
it's like speeding, guys. Everybody's doing it.
And Pete Golding puts another shark out there. So there's another commit for Ole Miss coming soon. They were prepared for this clearly because they had their backup plans ready to go. I mean, if you can't keep Prince Will, boom, here's two edges right there. Done. Daughtery leaves, boom, here's a power 4 linebacker. Done. I mean, basically right away. Internally, they might be frustrated with how this has gone down. They are frustrated with how this has gone down, how brazen and blatant it is. But they were prepared for it, and I think it's safe to say they're fighting back. That's all you can do. Crying to the NCAA will accomplish nothing. Nothing at all. So don't depend on them to help you, especially when everybody tampers. Sports Talk Mississippi. We'll be back.
From the Seabrook.com.
If it's sports in Mississippi, you'll hear about it here. Sports Talk Mississippi.
You like this show, huh?
Yeah! Super Talk Mississippi.
Welcome back, Borky and Haydad, Sports Talk Mississippi. Chase Parham adds a little context to the new filing for Trinidad Chambliss' lawsuit in a Mississippi Chancery court. The judge overseeing his case versus the NCAA, according to Chase, is Robert Whitwell. He says he's a former partner of Faris. Yes, that was Faris. And has degrees from Delta State and Ole Miss Law. He's been a United States attorney. He was the quarterback and captain at Northwest Community College in 1965. So that is the judge, and has, the obvious tie to Ole Miss. And I asked a lawyer friend, because I do have a couple of those, about, how quickly would this have to happen, whatever, and at least one response is there's no, it doesn't have to happen quickly. Mm-hmm. These things can go on for a while, and there's not it doesn't have to move fast. There's no grounds for it to be actually, we need to know now because of the football season. The court won't work like that, according to one of them.
Okay.
So we'll see. I asked another one for clarification. I wonder if I should start paying these guys. What are your responses to me? What would they cost a client?
No, because those guys hit you up all the time, and they're like, hey, what's going on with Kiffin, blah, blah, blah. So, it all works itself out in the end.
I guess so. 601-879-4395. The C Spire text line. So glad that you guys are with us. All right, here's a response from the other one. He says, yes and no. A chancery court matter will more times than not be resolved much, much quicker than a circuit court non-criminal matter. A lot of times in circuit court, civil jury trials won't occur until 3 and 4 years after filing complaint. So there.
It's a free consultation, Borky.
You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen, on Sports Talk Mississippi. I think by the end of this, I might just give him hey man, do you want a shout out? Because I have used your service.
I mean, at this point, we ought to just try to sell him an ad here and just be hey, while this was going on, our legal matters are by Dewey, Cheatham, and Howe. So yeah.
I just said to one, you're the man. Want a shout out? See what happens.
No free shout outs. Don't be doing that.
But it's not free.
It is free.
It is not free.
I'm not getting anything out of this.
Yeah, you are. You're being informed. That's the whole point.
I could easily text a lawyer. Just as easily.
You did do a show from a lawyer's office.
I did. That guy, he's a state guy, though. So he would be like, nope, he's got no case.
Oh, he said no. He doesn't want a shout-out.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I wouldn't either. He's a lawyer. He operates in the shadows.
NFL this weekend. What game are you most excited for? You got 4. Oof. Bills at Broncos, 49ers at Seahawks, Texans at Patriots, and Rams-Bears, where the kickoff wind chill will be -9.
That's the answer. How could it not be the answer? A California team coming to play the Bears. Bears in the divisional round, 2 wins from the Super Bowl. The elements in full effect on a Sunday night. It's going to be freezing cold. How can you not be excited for that? The next one would probably be Bills-Broncos, because you've got Josh Allen, who has, if he wants to go to the Super Bowl, has to do it has to go on the road to do it. Will not host the game, unless I guess he could host if they won and the Texans won, right? I think the Texans are the higher seed too, aren't they? Yeah, they are. So he will not host a playoff game. So I think it's an interesting story.
I'm really excited about this. I mean, we got such good football the first time around.
The first weekend was great. Let's see if this one can deliver the same.
I'm worried about Niners Seahawks. I think that might be the dud of the weekend. Yeah, luckily, we have basketball Egg Bowl going on at the same time.
Well, we also, Niners Seahawks is what's what I'm looking for here? the Niners have the nobody believes in us thing going. So,
and isn't Darnold's questionable already?
Yeah, he had a little something happen to him in practice, but I think he'll be fine.
And the Niners are just banged up everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's part of the issue also. It's just a game that's not exciting at all.
Could be. It could be exciting.
Hey, Dad, you're going to be so jealous. Are you ready?
You got a cake?
Yes. Got some cake in here.
So I'll just order a cake and I'll send y'all.
Oh man, I might eat it on the air so you can.
That's not nice. You shouldn't eat on the air too. That's not good.
Oh man,
what kind of cake is it?
It's pink.
Well, I figured
frosting on it.
So do they have two cakes?
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
Oh, I didn't know. I thought sometimes you let the baker could have been the third person.
I was not the only person that knew, apparently, so it probably is just the one color.
Yeah.
I'm not special.
Well, we knew that.
Oh, man. 601-879-4395. Who are y'all pulling for? Broncos, Bills?
Broncos.
Bills. I like Josh Allen a lot.
I got a reason for that.
I guess I still do, but I used to have a crush on Josh Allen's wife, too.
Haley Stanfield?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a good-looking woman.
Yeah. Used to have a crush on her. But do you see that picture of her, by the way? I guess she put it on Instagram years ago of her at a Broncos game, decked out in Broncos gear, and was like, huge Broncos fan.
I did not.
Yeah, now her husband is playing against the Broncos in the playoffs with like his legacy on the line. And sure enough, we find out that his wife is a Broncos fan, or a hidden Broncos fan.
There's so much of that these days. You know, you find out that certain celebrity who claims to be a fan of one team is actually a fan of another. It's a problem.
Yeah, so I'm rooting for the Bills. Who are you rooting for, Niners, Seahawks?
Oh, I hate the Niners.
Well,
that's an old NFC West back when they were in the same division with the Saints.
Yeah.
They kept the Saints out of the playoffs so many times. Plus, Jackson Smith in Jigba was my fantasy MVP this year, so he can succeed.
And you got the Charles Cross, obvious.
Charles Cross,
seeing him win
too. Yeah.
Would be great. Texans, Patriots. Who are you rooting for there?
Oh, I can't have another Patriots dynasty. It's got to be the Texans, but I think the Patriots will win.
I like a lot of what the Texans do, but I do also think that the Patriots will win this game.
Yeah, we thought that it was over. And then they just go and get the next guy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not a fan.
And then Rams, Bears. Besides rooting for the weather, I saw a video from downtown Chicago today.
After what happened with the pass interference call. I will never root for the Rams. Plus, I think the Bears are just a better story. So
they are a really great story. I like Stafford a lot. I like McVay a lot. I really like those guys. I don't like where they play.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, I don't know what it is, man. I can't bring myself. I know you're a Lakers guy. If you're from New York or Los Angeles, I cannot pull for you. I can't do it. And
I get it.
Like, I know Jackson Dart's in New York, and they're hiring Harbaugh, and that's great for them. And I want Jackson Dart to have a great NFL career. I cannot bring myself to pull for New York or LA teams. I can't do it.
I get it.
You know, especially because I grew up in the South, and now I root for teams that are in the South, in small market that does not get enough credit at all. And, you know, everybody thinks that, I say everybody, no, mainstream sports media does not pay attention to the middle of the country.
Right.
There's always a caveat, right? Especially in basketball. And so because New York and LA is where all of the mainstream sports media people are based, I have like an inherent bias that I can't root for them. Because
I get it.
I mean, who cares?
Yeah. Just, you know, with me growing up, I've always been a Lakers fan.
Yeah.
You know, going back to the days with Magic Johnson, and, you know, there's just no reason to change.
I do love how'd you become a fan story. Brian doesn't like the Niners, but does the Giants. How did that come about?
Well, Will Clark didn't play for the Niners.
So there it is.
Simple as that. Yeah, the Niners were the Saints' nemesis back in the day. Those really good Saints teams and with the Dome Patrol, but they were playing in the same division as the Niners, so they could never win the division. They go to the wild card and end up losing there.
Way too many, yeah. And my how did you become a fan story is the worst. I mean, I went to New Orleans a few times in college, loved the city, And then I get the job here and move here, and I didn't really have an NFL or an NBA team. Sandwiched in between Charlotte and Atlanta growing up. I ended up not liking either the Panthers or the Falcons as a result. And so when I moved here, I got a dumpy little apartment, and it came with the cheap cable package. And the only NFL I could watch was the local Fox game, which was always the Saints. And it came with Fox Sports New Orleans, which aired the Pelicans every night. Mm-hmm. And I just decided, like within a month of getting my first apartment, well, I like New Orleans.
Yeah.
And I've got
friends
that are Saints
aired
fans,
the Grizzlies,
so
you'd be a Grizzlies fan?
If the Grizzlies would have been on instead of the Pelicans, yeah, I probably would have ended up adopting the Grizzlies. But I do think if you're going to pick one and there's another one available and you don't already have a team, you should pick both.
Yeah.
So that's it. I mean, and when I pick a sports team, I'm in. Like, dive head first into the deep end, Terrible story. We'll wrap the show up with you next. And the week. Sports Talk Mississippi. Don't go anywhere.
From the Venable Glass.
What we're going to do right here is go back.
And now back to the sports. This is Sports Talk Mississippi.
So let's get rolling
On Super Talk Mississippi.
I wanted to say thank you again for making our show a part of your day. We really appreciate you guys. Really excited about 2026. The portal will close before we get to talk to you again. But as a reminder, that does not mean what?
So this guy texts the show on the C-Spire text line. Tennessee linebacker was going to go to the draft. Instead, is hitting the portal. Any chance with him? And you type back, he almost went to Ole Miss before. Maybe they've kept the connection. WTF, I didn't know you texted back. Yeah, every now and then we'll hit you up on the C-Spire text line.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
But the portal will close, but that does not mean you're done adding players. So the portal closes at midnight tonight, which means you can't get in, but those that are already in can still take visits and go to schools. So there will be more visits after midnight tonight. There will be more news. Just if by Saturday, because they do take time to process portal entries, but things leak out, by the way. I mean, a few years ago, a player would hit the portal and it wouldn't get out until a couple days later, maybe. That's not the case anymore. They want to start the bidding wars. So by about Saturday afternoon, you probably know who's going to be on your team, or at least who's staying on your team. But we'll have a lot to discuss on Monday about visitors and stuff like that. And then, oh, by the way, a basketball game. And, oh, by the way, all the NFL games.
Yeah.
Got a busy weekend. But a lot of stuff coming in 2026. We're just really excited to cover all of it with you. Somebody says, is State looking good in the portal? Hey, Dad, I think there's some pretty high satisfaction with how things have gone so far.
It would be an A+ if you got Jordan Seaton in there, but I mean it's certainly a B+. I mean they've got to get that left tackle. They've got to get another edge rusher. But if they can fill those two needs, I would feel really good about what State did in the portal, regardless of the rankings.
Especially in the back end of the defense, you keep referencing that, but there's a lot of good players there.
The secondary got completely remade. I mean State will have should on paper have one of the better secondaries in the SEC next year.
Yeah. Somebody's asking, who does Ole Miss have in? Almost 20 guys. We can't give you a name rundown, but Ole Miss has
the Rebel Report exists, friend. Maybe you should listen to it.
But they do have presently the number 3 portal class, and they have visitors this weekend. And not only are they number 3 portal class, as of this morning anyway, they were 5th in average ranking per player.
Wow. So so not only are you getting players, but you're getting quality players.
Yeah. Because Notre Dame has 5 commits, so their portal class ranking's in the 40s or something.
But they're all quality players.
They're all elite players.
Yeah. Somebody's very happy to be there with you.
Yeah, we got somebody in here eating cake right now.
So everybody just gets cake except for me, huh?
Everybody
That's how it works, huh?
is getting cake.
I'm going to go
for
buy
you.
a cake. I'm sending the receipt in with my next expense report.
Yeah.
It's only fair. It's not fair that I didn't get cake just because I don't work in Jackson. That's not fair.
I
will contact HR and I will have, you just think that Lane Kiffin's tampering and trolling. Wait till I get hold of things. I didn't get any cake.
No, you did not. And there was a lot left too, buddy.
This is ridiculous.
There was so much left.
I'm going to order a king cake and just expense it. That's going to be, and I'm going to eat the whole thing on the air, all 3,800 calories of it.
I haven't purchased a king cake.
Yeah, you need to do that.
In many, many years.
Why? What are you waiting on?
'Cause I'm trying to eat better and stuff like that,
yeah,
and
but
I know if I have one
cake's
around.
not going to hurt you.
But that's the problem. I won't have.
Just leave the knife in the box. It'll be all right. Yeah, it's fine.
I would just eat the whole thing in 2 days, probably.
2 days? What's taking so long?
Depending on the kind you get.
Get a cream cheese one. That thing's gone by the end of the day.
There's a chance we're going down to Chewbacca's, which is like a Mardi Gras parade for nerds. It's got Star Wars. It's Star Wars characters and Pokemon characters and all that stuff. I mean, it's just filled.
Where is that? That's in New Orleans?
It's in New Orleans. Yeah, I think like next Saturday. So, but the problem is it's at night.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
And even though it's a family parade.
Did you listen to the Bill Simmons rewatchables about Star Wars?
I did not.
They went into depth into what was the bathroom situation like on the Millennium Falcon? Like, what kind of damage was Chewbacca doing?
Oh, my gosh.
They talked about it for 20 minutes. It is, you will hurt, your sides will hurt when you're done. Because Simmons is not a Star Wars guy, so he's just, making fun of it. He's like, he ate human food, right?
Yeah, what did he eat?
Yeah.
What kind of food did Chewbacca eat?
The other thing that I saw the other day about Star Wars was, how did the Ewoks have clothes that fit Leia? Did they eat another woman that was about her size?
They have captured many women. Yes.
They've captured a lot of humans, and they just happen to have those clothes laying around. The Ewoks were terrorists.
Not so cute after all, are they?
Yeah. So there you go.
We will be back Monday at 3. We will have basketball to talk about, playoff football to talk about, transfer portal to talk about, and we will try to do it all in 3 hours. Don't forget, State fans, subscribe to Thunder and Lightning. Ole Miss fans, subscribe wherever you get your podcast to Rebel Report, and you'll get some extra content from us this weekend before we join you again at 3 on Monday. Good night, y'all. Have a good weekend.
SuperTalk Mississippi Media Production.